Tyre, clearly a soft rear tyre for Fabio Quartararo. He said yesterday, by choice, and managing those tyres over this long front row with Maverick Vinales and Cal Crutchlow. Joan Mir, his closest championship rival, 10 points here in Aragon to win in MotoGP for the very first time. The second row is Jack Miller and Franco Morbidelli, and Morbidelli goes through ahead of his teammate and will lead into turn 1. 10th to 4th. Unbelievable for lap then so far for Alex Rins. Absolutely sensational. Got ahead of the Ducati of Jack Miller. Mir started 6th. First corkscrew for the first time. This couldn't have gone better for Maverick Vinales at the start. This would have been his dream start. Just about hangs on around the outside. Here's turn 14 where Fabio, but it's Vinales that has a clear advantage heading down the back straight for the first time. Oh, based on the rhythm that we've seen from season, full stop. Really stretching his legs early on here. Mir trying to find a way through on the Ducati of Jack Miller. Foul this year. Not by that much though. Sensational first lap for Vinales. He leads by 7/10 of a second. Pinches a spot there on the brakes on Andrea Dovizioso into turn 1. Great move by the Moto2 champ. Cal Crutchlow, 9 places in 12th on the opening lap. Cal Crutchlow, number 35. So a lot of work for him to do. Just stop a few places behind his teammate. Yeah, Petrucci on the tail of Andrea Dovizioso yet again. We lifted over Fabio Quartararo. Now Mir still unable to find a way through on the Ducati of Jack Miller. Quartararo into turn 8 there. By far the best we've seen in the drive from Alex Marquez. That just shows how important it is to get it. Yeah, helicopter view then of the race leader, Maverick Vinales, number 12 in the Monster Energy Yamaha. Just behind him, this on the Aussie. Yeah, this is a scenario, Steve, wasn't it, in Barcelona? Mir spent too much time behind Jack Miller. Just failed to recover it. One more lap in Barcelona, Mir was going to be the winner. Dovizioso, fight at that between the number 73, the Moto2 world champion, and Dovi. Andrea Dovizioso's probably thinking, you know what, I'm about to contend with Marquez. Good stuff from Alex Rins there, then he moves up into 3rd place, and we've said it time and time.
Fabio Quartararo. It's been a horrible weekend for number 63. Unmitigated disaster, he said yesterday. So with Miguel Oliveira for 16th place, it's a very dejected figure. You can see the thing that's caught him out. Meanwhile at the front, a great
battle. It's a turn 15 we go. It's Vinales from Quartararo, from Rins, Morbidelli, and start worrying about reeling in Franco Morbidelli, who since Rins passed him has had nothing for the Spaniard. I'll go with the top 3 right now, the number 21. Vinales then, so far so good for him. He leads at the end of lap 48.404. Alex Marquez makes another place up. He's got room out front then. Vinales it is that leads Maverick Vinales. That means Marquez was in a little bit hot at the first corner there. Don't know if that cost him a couple of places. Cal Crutchlow, who started on the front row of the grid for the first time in 24 Grand Prix. So with that already this year, that has cost him dearly, didn't it, in Misano. Here at Quartararo, about on par was Alex Rins with a 48.7. Morbidelli really did a PB lap on that previous lap. In fact, he was the quickest on the lead group on that last circuit, Morbidelli. It's a turn 14, but the KTM's having a nightmare here at this moment in time. He's got to be patient here, Alex. Vinales is still within his sight, although Vinales looks like he's just eking out that advantage, 7/10. Thank you very much. I'll take that second spot without really having to fight for it. Across the line we go then, and it's a Suzuki into place. Quick check on the lap times on that last lap. Rins was quicker than Vinales out front, in 5th place. That's no great surprise, is it? He's found his rhythm now, the fuel loads lightning. So 3, didn't we? Certainly in 2014 when they fought it out for the title, right to the last race in Valencia. Cal Crutchlow trying to recover on the dismal start is in 11th. He's moved up 1 place ahead of Aleix Espargaro. Morbidelli's closing now on Fabio Quartararo as well. Is Quartararo in trouble in the early stages of this one? In the background there, you're going for it. Brilliant move. 6th place now then for Alex Marquez, but he's slightly wide in. He's got the inside ever drive position, 6th here in Aragon. Well, we do know he loves Motorland Aragon. 4 podium. Miller using that Ducati power though to pull back alongside Alex Marquez and retaliate. He's got the inside line. Marquez just picks up Miller. Brilliant battle that then, and this is bringing Taka Nakagami right back into it as with that clear track. Once he dispensed of Fabio Quartararo, he's been able to latch right onto the rear tyre of Vinales. Position so many times before, and it's not always gone right. Not, of course, a race winner. Top Gun hasn't fired too many blanks this weekend so far. He'll be desperate. He knows that he's still firm. Are going to come here, and can he answer them? Alex Rins closing on the number 12. In the background, Mir as well, and Franco Morbidelli. And Quartararo's just struggling at how much they do indeed drop off and deteriorate towards the last few laps. Maverick Vinales then looking back. Vinales said he's been working a lot on improving his acceleration and his speed out of this turn 15. Length or 2 on Alex Rins as they sweep down the back straight. In the background there, Cal Crutchlow's gone through on Danilo Marquez. Catching Fabio Quartararo. And there's Rins, he's through and he leads.
On the World Championship leader. More grey hairs and no nails for Davide. Crashed a couple of corners later, didn't he? So far, he's got through on Maverick Vinales. Sol Honda rider then has disposed of the World Championship leader. like he's on a MotoGP bike. Yeah, Fabio Quartararo's been suffering, hasn't he? Looks like tyre-wise and body-wise in the first few laps here. Was that a little bit wide, wasn't it? Look at the grip that they've got, though. That says that the edge grip has always been a real strong point. Wide on the brakes and in the back straight so many times. That's been really problematic for Fabio Quartararo. So let's try and take stock of what's going on here. Mir's closing on Maverick Vinales. Rins leads at this moment to the front, but as it stands, he's doing an amazing job ahead of Quartararo. Then it's a 1 second gap. Had to wait 13 years, didn't they? Mazzano 2007. To have 2 bikes on the podium. Marquez going for the inside charging Spaniard. He certainly is. His ability to be able to turn that Repsol Honda is either in the 48s. Well, we talked about how Spanish talents dominated recent history here in Aragon with 8 successes. Mir and Alex Marquez, who's having the ride of his life in the dry in MotoGP. Half race distance. Here's the replay of the start. Watch Alex Rins on the left. Look, which is pretty brave. Fantastic effort. Yeah, we've seen all season long how good Suzuki's launch device. Poor start. Joan Mir had to check up behind him. You can see there it was. Elbows and knuckles out for Maverick Vinales. And the lights went out. It looked like he got a good start. But yeah. Of course, he hasn't got that launch device. And it's absolutely sensational.
Launch off the line then by Alex Rins to Suzuki. Crotch head. Andrea Dovizioso at the moment. Nothing going for him at all. He's down in 9th place, and now Crutchlow. Across the line we go. Fastest rider again. Tiny margin. Nakagami now, 2nd fastest man on circuit. Cal Crutchlow will be ruined by lap here. Nakagami's all over his case. He's got Miller, Dovizioso and Crutchlow to worry about, who are behind him and not done a lot of laps on that medium front. And you're right, Matt, he's in big trouble here, particularly with Mir ahead of his Aragon Grand Prix, is potentially the new MotoGP World Championship leader. He's actually going to fall into the habit, finishing ahead of Quartararo. What a coup that would be based on what happened here yesterday. He's going to get him on the brakes in the turn. Defending with all of his might at the moment, because there's a real big ganging up with Fabio Quartararo. Is he about to surrender another place? This final couple of corners have been really difficult. Those last couple of corners, how many struggling right now? He has. Dobby did get him. Quartararo. Dobby's through on Quartararo and moves up into 8th place. His body will be hurting, and it's really hurting his championship challenge right now, as well as he just drops back through the pack. Turn 4. And look at that live championship. Fabio Quartararo will be just a single pointer. Alex Marquez is a transformed character. The Honda is a transformed motorcycle from what we had it to be. Too many people pre-season would have predicted Alex Marquez in the dry, fighting off in right now, and all credit to him. He's taken some massive criticism for how he got the ride, because the 2 world champion, yeah, did deserve his crack in one of the biggest factory teams we've ever seen in MotoGP history. Then he loses another place, and it's a Suzuki 1-2. They're side by side on the exit on turn 15, but surely Mir, here comes Mir again. He's got the inside line into the final turn. He'll be able to hold the line better as well. It'd be a big problem for Fabio Quartararo back in Cervera. He might have knocked it off the wall right now. He'll be jumping around the living room. There's a big twitch there, wasn't there, as Maverick Vinales got on the gas coming out of turn number 8. Is he running into rear tyre trouble? Rear. Will he run into any trouble as this race now gets into the latter stages? 10 laps. The 2 Suzukis, remember, well, they're on those soft tyres, but they're just on the grid. Further on in for point scoring places. That front tyre, he cannot do anything with it. And how much are the hips playing a major factor in Fabio Quartararo's problems, right? Or is it a combination of both? Probably is a combination of both, because it's been a real nightmare experience. All behind him, I mean, he could be in 18th spot very, very soon. An extraordinary season we are witnessing in May. We're launching Davide Brivio and Ken Kouachi up in the air. Well, they'll be launched to the moon. Yeah. Of Alex Marquez on the Repsol Honda, who on that last lap was again the only rider in the 1 Virginio Ferrari. Blimey, that's before I was born. Sadly not for me, but I was only 9, so it gives you an indication. Maverick Vinales has got nothing for the top 3 men at the moment. He's just dropping backwards as well. Back for 6th place. Dovy's right on the tail now of Jack Miller as well. Lecavona's just got HRC technical manager. He's been criticised for rolling out a motorcycle that's a bit of a beast. Wonders on the RC213V. Whatever they found in Mazzano, his rookie season, for staying on the bike, he's finished every race so far this year. Nowhere near the pace. Major problems have hit the Frenchman, unfortunately. He's 2. Rins leads. The gap back to his teammate Joan Mir, 4/10 in the top 3. It's not looking at the moment like there's going to be a Yamaha on the podium. And this year, onto the back straight we go. On board there with Joan Mir, looking at Alex Marquez. Yeah, and 17, hasn't he? The edge grip he's got on that Honda. Some people say the Honda doesn't turn very well. A bit about Meekly is going to be surrendering the World Championship lead. Tyre problems, physical problems, Fabio Quartararo. Here's Dobby, he's got through on Jack Miller. He's up into 7th place. Draining crashes on a cold front tyre for him in both Friday practice sessions, so that's been a really good race. Been a difficult day for the Austrian manufacturer on a weekend where we thought they might make a step forward. Race right now. 7 laps to go, then, or 6.5. the time of the race where major factor, and we know how good the Suzukis are in this phase of the Grand Prix. There's the load in Le Mans last weekend, that's for sure. Wide there for Malaysia Spargaro. That will prick us furious with what happened at the start of the race. Cal Crutchlow, he's in ninth and moment. Binder out front, they're about to cross the line. And there will be 6 laps, so much stronger than the side. Here he goes, through he goes, like a hot knife through butter. He's got that medium front tyre on, hasn't he? Led by Alex Marquez. Can he incredibly make it, Marquez? I mean, this has been absolutely astonishing performance by the younger Marquez brother, Rins. Half a second. I've got to say, Rins has not looked like making a mistake in the 73 Repsol Honda of Alex Marquez. He would not have been expecting this, Alex Rins. Of course, former team between those two back in the day when they were teammates at Astrologa Galita Honda. Not a lot of love lost at all. Absolutely outrageous. I mean, not that Alex Marquez needs any incentive whatsoever to try and bitter rivals. Well, that just incentivises him that little bit more, doesn't it? The time they come around this start-finish straight, because once again, Alex Marquez closing around that final cut. That medium front tyre is going to be better in straight up and down braking. And it's going to be squishing around left. Marquez and Taka Nakagami, both on Hondas. Well, Nakagami was awesome late on. It's Marquez. Look at his rear tyre, squirming, screaming for grip as he got on the gas coming through. How much of an advantage late on is that medium front going to be? Well, we'll find out shortly.
Laps remaining. Quartararo at the moment isn't World Championship leader. He's down in 17th.
Look at
Marquez.
Alex Marquez.
That's the medium front corners all race long. Alex Rins at the moment defending absolutely brilliantly, absolutely awesome, as you'd expect, because his man just about keeping Marquez at bay. Though Alex Rins, he's right there, right on his case. When is that move going to come then from the wrap in? He is closing on the Suzuki of Alex Rins. Now, he's got nothing to lose as well as Alex Marquez. You know, his Mir looks like he's taken his medicine. He's not going to be having a breakthrough victory in MotoGP today. Like World Championship lead. Rins, look at his rear tyre squirming as well through turn number 11. They're really struggling now. Viñales in a lonely 4th place. There will be no podium, it looks like, here for Yamaha. Left there with his fingers still crossed. And is this now going to be the lap where the launch comes from Alex? He can barely watch. It's coming out. He doesn't know what to do. Oh, he's almost down. A major warning. A major warning. It's Alex versus Alex. Rins versus Marquez with 2 to go in Aragon. Who's going to be the winner? Wide into turn 1. In the background there, Viñales is closing a bit on Joan Mir. Alex Marquez running that tighter line again. He just gets that rear tyre spinning up a little bit, doesn't he? We are look at the big that was black line that Alex Marquez left there. That was close to disaster.
Across the line to begin the final lap of this extraordinary race. Another twisted. It's Alex Rins to lose now, but Alex Marquez is not giving this up.
He really isn't, and he's been so good wrong with that medium front tyre. There is your new MotoGP World Championship leader. Marquez is starting to run out of time here. Alex Rins has got, what, about 4 or 5 bike lengths, and it's still Rins that has the advantage.
Dropping down then, Alex Marquez is just, you know where he's...
These are a crucial couple of corners down there for Alex Marquez. He's got to try and get close enough to get those final couple of corners. Is he going to be close enough? Rins riding out of his skin to stay in the lead.
For 3rd place.
Now,
coming out of the final turn.
It's all about the drive. It's all about the drive. Can Alex Marquez get every ounce of slipstream? I don't think he's going to be close enough. Alex Rins looks like he's got this one covered. He's running in Aragon.
It's Alex from Alex. Astounding victory for Alex Rins here in Aragon. A solid 5th place finish for him. His first win of 2020.
And there is forlorn Fabio Mare Grand Prix here in Aragon for Fabio Quartararo. 2 monumental crashes, and he loses.
Look at his recent record as well, Dovizioso.
1, 2,